Hey everyone, welcome back to Whisker Wonder Story, your go-to place for exploring the most incredible and inspiring true tales about pets and animals from every corner of the globe. I'm so glad you're here today because the story we're diving into is truly special. It's one that promises to tug at your heartstrings and remind you of the profound, unconditional love that only animals can show us. Today's tale is about a stray dog whose unwavering loyalty didn't just capture hearts, it captivated an entire town. This isn't just a story about a dog. It's a powerful narrative of devotion, patience, and what it truly means to be faithful, even when the world around you seems to have moved on. Get ready for The Stray Who Waited, a dog's 100-day promise. Our journey begins on a perfectly ordinary day in a quiet, unassuming little town. Picture this: the gentle hustle and bustle of daily life, cars passing, people going about their routines. But then an anomaly started to appear. People began to notice a small, scruffy, brown dog. He wasn't causing a fuss. He wasn't begging for scraps. He wasn't even barking. He was just sitting. Every single day, near the bench at the local bus stop, he'd be there. From the first light of dawn to the deep shadows of dusk, he'd occupy that same spot, his tail often curled neatly beside him, his eyes perpetually fixed on the winding road, watching intently. Initially, people probably didn't give it much thought. Perhaps he was just taking a rest, they reasoned, a tired pup catching a few rays. But as the days rolled into a week, and then into several weeks, a pattern emerged. The little dog was always there. He wasn't chained, not held by anything, yet he never strayed far. One kind soul, perhaps noticing his stillness, left a bowl of fresh water. Another, a piece of food. But come morning, without fail, the dog would be back at his sentinel post, his gaze unwavering, following every bus that arrived and departed. The locals, in their growing affection and curiosity, started calling him Buddy, a simple, friendly name for a dog whose presence was becoming a quiet fixture in their community. As time marched on, so did the seasons. Summer's heat gave way to autumn's crisp air, and then to the chill of winter, bringing with it the pouring rain. Yet Buddy remained. He never left the bus stop for long. He'd find what shelter he could, perhaps under a nearby overhang, but always he returned to his spot by the bench. The children walking to school would often detour, their small hands reaching out to pet him, their gentle voices offering comfort. The shopkeeper from the corner store, a woman with a kind heart, made it her daily ritual to ensure Buddy had fresh food. Everyone wondered, though, why this spot? What was so significant about this particular bus stop? The mystery deepened with each passing day until one afternoon, a compassionate woman named Mila decided to sit beside him. As she quietly observed Buddy, she noticed a small, worn-out collar around his neck, faded but still visible. It was a clear sign. Buddy wasn't just a stray who'd wandered in. He had once belonged to someone. He had a home, a name, a family. Mila, moved by his quiet vigil, started asking around the neighborhood. She spoke to shopkeepers, to regular bus passengers, to anyone who might have seen this dog before. Finally, her search led her to an older gentleman, a longtime resident of the town, whose eyes softened with recognition when she described Buddy. He remembered the dog. He remembered the man. Buddy belonged to an old man named Thomas, the gentleman recounted, his voice tinged with sadness. They were inseparable. Every single morning, like clockwork, they'd come here together to catch the bus. Thomas would have his worn old briefcase and Buddy would be right by his side, tail wagging. But then, one day, Thomas got sick. He had to go to the hospital, and he never came back. As the words hung in the air, a devastating realization dawned on Mila. Thomas had passed away, but Buddy, innocent and unaware of the finality of human life, hadn't understood. For him, Thomas was simply gone, and the bus stop was the last place they were together, the last place he saw his best friend. So Buddy kept coming back, day after day, week after week, waiting for the bus that would bring his beloved friend home. That day, tears welled in Mila's eyes. It wasn't just a stray dog. This little dog wasn't lost. He was simply, heartbreakingly, faithful. His loyalty transcended understanding, a pure, unyielding promise to a friend who couldn't return. Word of Buddy's incredible devotion spread like wildfire. It wasn't just a local curiosity anymore. It became a profound symbol. People started visiting the bus stop not merely to see the famous waiting dog, but to pay homage to his unwavering spirit. Touched by his plight, someone thoughtfully built a small, sturdy shelter right beside the bench, offering Buddy respite from the elements, a dry place to rest during the rain. Every evening, children, fresh from school, would make a special stop, bringing him treats and gentle pats. Even the local news picked up the story, broadcasting it with the simple, poignant headline, "The Dog Who Waits." Buddy, the quiet sentinel, quickly transformed into an emblem of love, loyalty, and enduring hope for the entire town. His presence became a daily reminder of the deepest bonds. Mila, deeply moved by his story and his gentle nature, decided to adopt him. She gave him a warm, comfortable bed in her home, the security and affection he so deserved. Yet, every single morning, without fail, Buddy would still walk back to the bus stop. He'd sit there quietly for a few hours, his gaze still on the road, as if to say, "I'm still here. I haven't forgotten." Then, with a quiet dignity, he'd return home with Mila, his morning vigil complete. On the 100th day since Tomas's passing, the townspeople gathered. It was a quiet, solemn moment. They placed flowers at Buddy's special spot, a collective tribute to his extraordinary fidelity. That evening, Buddy sat there longer than usual, his eyes fixed on the distant road as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple. Some say he saw something that day, perhaps a fleeting glimpse of a familiar bus, perhaps something only a dog's heart can truly sense. He wagged his tail once, a slow, gentle swing, let out a soft, contented sigh, and then, quietly, closed his eyes. The next morning, Buddy didn't come back to the bus stop, but on that familiar bench, people left his food bowl, still glistening from the morning dew, and a small hand-painted sign that read, simply, "He waited, and he kept his promise." Buddy's story, a silent testament to the power of pure love, reminds us of something truly profound, that animals love with a kind of purity and devotion that we rarely see in humans. They don't need words. They simply remember, and they wait. If Buddy's incredible story touched your heart as much as it touched mine, please share it with someone else who loves animals and needs a reminder of such beautiful loyalty. And hey, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to Whisker Wonder Story for more incredible animal tales every single week, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out. Because here at Whisker Wonder Story, we truly believe that every single animal has a story worth telling. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.